Hello and welcome. Butter Money Cash is back. No butter this time. I'm just one of these freaks who puts water in their coffee to make it colder. I did, however, drop my glasses last night and I freaked out because my glasses cost a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but my just about $300, $350. And it's not because of the frames. The frames are no name kind of frames. It's because of the lenses. I have a huge list of eye problems. So that's basically that's basically exactly why I just got freaked out when I pushed the glasses off of the table with a cable, and I was like, no, and they dropped, and I was like praying not to, for them not to be damaged, and they weren't. Yay. That's because also because nowadays they don't make lenses out of glass anymore. It's like basically a resin, so it's kind of like plastic, so they don't break as easily, but they scratch faster. So that's a downside as well. So today it's going to be an exciting, beautiful day. I will film intros for my courses, 11 intros in 2 days. That doesn't sound that bad. Five and a half a day. I think I can do them all in one day. Yeah. So I'm just gonna have to clean my whole house, well, my whole studio right here, and then go ahead and film those. I don't have to do much. I just have to basically put everything on that wall. And then that's just about it. Then I'm free to draw. Why can't I think properly today? I'm free to just create my beautiful intros. As you've noticed, I am changing the angle and you see a little bit of the mess on my left and behind me. That's because I literally don't have any other angle available to film right now because I had to take the laundry to the drying rack onto the balcony. So I moved the table, I moved everything to be able to just do that. Probably too high. Yesterday I talked about manifestation, the secret, and cults, and that's really an intense thing. If you get down some of those rabbit holes, you end up sometimes very, very bad because it's super easy to end up lying to yourself and not even knowing about it. Because if you have imperfect information, it's super easy to think that something is true because it just sounds true, but you don't have enough information to understand that it's a lie. And all of these ideologies hinge on the fact that we cannot prove it, but we can have faith and look for anecdotal evidence. And yeah, that's just, and those are, if you construct arguments in your mind that way, you end up screwed up because you will not know the difference between good ideas and bad ideas because you are just basing your arguments on anecdotal information, on just personal experience, small little evidence, instead of seeing the bigger picture and noticing the bigger evidence, the overwhelming evidence that certain things are not the way that you think. you can make yourself believe anything. And I played with that idea, and it's powerful, but you can also do a lot of damage to yourself by making certain ideologies be the forefront of your consciousness, of your ideology and your belief system. And it will make you feel bad. It will, at start, it will make you feel amazing because life will become a bit more interesting, a bit more colorful. Not like with meditation, because with meditation, there is no ideology behind it. It's just an act. You are acting the, you are doing an action. It's like a sport. I view it as a sport rather than as a ideology. And well, a lot of sports are ideologies as well. But when it comes to real ideologies, they have this allure, they have this way of making life so much more colorful. If you believe in astrology, then everybody is connected and they have these signs that you yourself can have powers by noticing, oh, you're a Virgo, oh, you're a Scorpio, oh, you're like that. And it's bad also because it makes you, if you are a good cold reader, if you can read people and you base your ideology and you base your belief system and the way you see the world, you base it on astrology, then you don't give yourself enough credit for really understanding people. You think it's because you know astrology, instead of just, oh, I can read people and I'm quite good at it. And most people do not understand that. They might say, oh, but so what if they believe in astrology? And it's like, it's not so what. It's like, if you accept, let's change that to Santa. I know it's a bad argument. It's like every argument about God ends in Santa, literally. And it's like, if they still believed at the age of 40 in Santa, would you be okay with that? Like, no, Santa is real. He gives me presents every month. And their parents would just give them gifts and pretend as if they were Santa, even though they had their own apartment. The parents had the keys, and during the night, they went in. This old little man and woman just put gifts in under her or his, specifically his, because I was thinking about a guy. And yeah, would you still like have the same idea? And it's literally almost the same thing. It's, yeah, a lot of people really believe in astrology and signs and stuff like that. And they have this magical thinking, and they are not able to formulate a clear vision of the world. So that really impacts them. I'm not saying it impacts you. It impacts you if you are really nearby them and if this ideology has a huge grasp on their life and the way they act. But if it's really, really innocent, then they're not going to manifest any bad habits from this ideology. But if it's bad, like one of the biggest bad habits that this ideology can provide is hedonism. they will start to act like their sign, and usually that sign, those astrologists try to encourage people to do like things that they want to do, but they know that they shouldn't, and they're gonna, if they hear like, oh, you're gonna connect with someone in your past and they've been thinking about that toxic ex, and then he goes and meets with her, or she goes and meets with him, and it's like, no, make your own decision and do it from your control, because this is, most ideologies are about relinquishing a lot of your personal space, control, and ability to act in the world and to have real consequences. You, most people use them as shields to be like, oh, it's God's will, or it's the universe, oh, it's because of this, instead of taking responsibility. They dodge it. So it's, these kinds of ideologies are pernicious. Let's use a fancy word, if that's a word. They are bad. They are sneaky because they give you so many tools that are very hard to come by. Like you can get out of sticky situations by just saying, oh, pointing up, being like, it's not me, it's him. So whenever you base your, I'm not gonna go into God. I don't really care about what people believe. I'm not those, that kind of a person who says like, oh, you should believe in nothing, or you should believe in God, or you should believe in astrology. I'm just pointing out some of the flaws of the magical thinking of God and astrology and things like that I've noticed and that I've had in the past, and still sometimes have. My life becomes more magical whenever I do. I have some ways of getting out of tough situations. And also, whenever I feel bad, I can just get some hope, being like, oh, you know, it's God's will. And so everything is a bit more, you relinquish onus and control over your life, and responsibility over your life. And if you exaggerated, then you end up being a bad person. Funny enough, you end up being a worse person, being a religious person, than when you were non-religious, because you now excuse your behavior as being driven by God, driven by your ideology, and manifesting yourself through the, and you start screaming and you start fighting with people and stuff like that. I've seen this happen. So that's just about crazy to see people who were calm and nice and relaxed become this crazy person while they were religious fanatics. That's what they are called. And they do think like they need to do something for their religion because they believe their religion did so much for them. And yeah, it is nice to sometimes stay with these people because they are sometimes nice people. Some of them are really, really nice people, especially if they don't force these ideologies on you. Those are the nicest. Like if you, there are certain religions who are like nice and have a good moral ethical and belief. And even if you attack religion, for instance, they just don't talk about it. They're just like, okay. And they don't care if you are or you are not that religion. And they don't want to like preach or convert or express their religion because their religion is their own and they just feel this connection with God and, or however you want to say it, the universe or whatever. And I like that. So that's exactly what I like to do. Not on the internet. On the internet, it seems I like to criticize those things. But I like to do the same when I'm in public with other people. I don't, I give my opinion sometimes, but not in a harsh way. I tend not to go very hard on religions and beliefs because I don't want to hurt people and I don't want to for no reason because like imagine severing a relationship just because of something that doesn't exist. That's so bad. I've seen so many people do that because they were like, oh, I believe in that. Oh, I believe in that. And they fought over it, even brothers. And then they were like, oh, bye bye. And I'm like, you do realize you've literally severed the relationship for nothing. One of you said it's nothing, one of you said it's something, and then you had a fight, and then you broke the relationship. And I'm like, if the guy who says it's nothing, then just be like, if it's nothing, then leave it. You don't have to, not everybody has to conform to your ideologies and your ideas. Just if it's nothing, then leave it. Leave it actually be nothing. And if it's really damaging your family or your friends or your brother or anything else, then yeah, but usually it doesn't. Like you might see that it will, but it doesn't. Most people have very balanced lives and very balanced existences. They don't really get into a big problem. Some of them do, but some of them don't. It's late, but it's not that late. I've been filming five of the intros. I did my meditation challenge, 2 hours every day. And also, I have eaten quite late. I had a lot of fun and a bit of frustration setting up the cameras, setting up everything, cleaning up the house to be able to film properly. I was frustrated because it was taking so long and things weren't working and I didn't have the right settings and I didn't find a way to a fast way to change the whole setup and everything. So it took me about 2 hours to just be able to start filming. But I ended up filming five of the intros, which was nice. It didn't take me like 40 minutes like in the past. It only takes me like 10 to 15 minutes now. So I halved the time that it took me to make an intro for a course in just 2 months of practicing how to speak on camera. Now, of course, I do speak a bit differently there than I speak on camera now, but it does translate. Due to the fact that I have a lot of momentum talking on camera, I'm much more used to just a big light and everything else. Now I'm gonna finish. Today was March 9th, 2024. I'm gonna finish the work probably at around 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm gonna go to sleep because tomorrow I wanna start early so I finish while there is a bit of light still outside. I wanna finish the work. Not everything, not this video and not the meditation video, but yeah. I was just there was hairs from Sophie. We played a bit, and now they're everywhere. And yeah, that's just about it. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.